Hello children, welcome again to the virtual session. So let us continue with the chapter 4, sorting materials into groups. So in a previous session we have seen why we need to sort materials into groups for the convenience to locate, for things to segregate, and for us to understand the different materials, how they are being used and why we need to segregate them. All that we need to understand. That's why we had discussed all that in a previous session. The segregation or sorting of materials into group is extremely important for us to have convenience, to save time, and all that we have discussed. So let us see, today we are going to discuss materials and their properties. So we have seen materials in a previous session: wood, paper, leather, metals, plastic. All that materials we have discussed, objects which are made up of all these materials. So now we need to understand their properties, means how they behave, what are their features we need to understand. So here we have some features of the materials which we have learned. We have learned materials: wood, paper, plastic, metals and all. So let us see the properties. Some general properties we are going to see here: transparent, bendy, rigid, hard, soft. So these are the properties, the quality of the material. So you need to understand, this is in general we are just discussing. These are some properties of the materials which we are learning. So transparent, bendy, rigid, hard, soft. So under this you are going to write properties of materials. Please take down in your notebook: transparent, bendy, rigid, hard, soft. You have to write this in your notebook, only words. Then what are materials? So a material is a physical substance used to make things. So is a physical substance like paper. You make notebooks, you make various things with the paper. Wood also has a wide application. So it's a physical substance used to make various things. Metals, plastic, ceramic, glass and fibers are some of the main categories for materials. If we look around, everything we see is made from a material, sometimes more than one. So, you can have an object made up of more than one material. It's not always like an object will be made up of one single material. So, an object can be made up of different kind of materials at a time. Like you have a saucepan, the main body is made up of metal and the handle of the saucepan will be made up of bakelite, plastic, like that. So one object can be made up of more than one material. So now you have to take down definition of material and take down metals, plastic, ceramic, glass and fibers are some of the main categories for material. You have to write in your notebook. Then here we have some example. The clothes you are wearing are made from fibers. The chair you are sitting on is made from plastic. The windows in the school are made from glass. So these examples you can take down in your notebook. These are the objects which you are using, which are made up of certain materials. So clothes made up of fibers, chair you sit you made up of plastic, or you can have chair made up of wood as well. Window in the school made up of glass. So you write down in your notebook. Okay, and can you see any other example around you? Yes, many examples you can see around yourself. You can find it yourself. You can see objects and you can try to find out which material that object is made up of. Then properties of material. These are the features, the characteristic, the quality of the material. We are going to learn that now. A property of a material is a description of the characteristics which it has. There are adjectives which tell us about the material. Means you say, if you say wooden chair, means the chair is made up of wood. So the material used is made up of wood. So the a property of material you need to understand over here. If I am saying wood, so there are many properties of wood which we need to understand. A property of a material is a description of the characteristic which it has. They have adjective which tell us about the material. So suppose I am talking about glass. So one very important property of the glass, transparent. So that is a, you can say, transparent glass. So that becomes the adjective. Then if I say iron rod, so iron rod, one important property of the iron rod, very hard. So hard iron rod or very strong iron rod, like that. So those adjectives which we add to the material, what kind of material they are: soft, hard, rigid, bendy, transparent, opaque, all that becomes the adjective. So that adjective is the property of the given material. So material have different properties and characteristics depending on what they are used for. So you just have to take down the definition of the property of a material is description of the characteristic which it has and the adjectives which tell us about the material. Take down this much in your notebook. Now some materials are hard, others are soft, some are strong, others are weak. So weak, strong, rigid, bendy, flexible, transparent, opaque, all these are properties of materials. Okay children? So list of properties we are going to see over here. Here is the list of the properties. That means the quality of the, all those qualities of a materials we need to know. Shiny means it reflects light. Strong, it won't break easily. Flexible, it can be bent easily without breaking. Light, it doesn't weigh much. So these are the properties which we see in materials, and we give it as an adjective to the material. To the that adjective is a property of that material. So you take down this in your notebook, children. Then heavy, it weighs a lot. Then you can say it's heavy iron rod. You can say heavy iron girders, like that. Then colored, has color, some color, even if it is black and white, has some color. So that adjective color is also a property. Magnetic, so attraction or repulsion property, that is also a property. So iron get attracted to magnets, so iron has magnetic properties. Okay, so understand this. Magnetic again becomes an adjective to iron, that iron is magnetic in nature. Magnetic iron shows magnetic property, so that also become an adjective to the iron. Or iron is a magnetic material, you can see. Or bendy, so bendy means flexible, you can bend easily. So like plastic rod you take, or your plastic strip you take, or you just take your ruler, or you can try, you can easily bend it. Then terms to understand over here. Hard means something which can't be bent easily. So please write this in your notebook. You need to understand this. Hard means something which can't be bent easily. Like iron rod, you can't bend easily. Brittle means it's hard but weak but break easily. Brittle means, for example, chalk piece. It's hard, but if you try to break it, it will break very easily. So such materials are called as brittle materials. Chalk is a very good example over here as a brittle. So chalk, brittle chalk. Malleable, it can be shaped easily. Like you get gold ornaments, because you can shape gold, you can melt it and you can shape it easily. That's why gold are malleable. Then magnetic, again it attracted to magnets. So like iron get attracted to magnet. Bendy means flexible, we have discussed. So whatever we have discussed, you don't need to write again. Whatever we have not discussed, you please make a point for this. You understand these terms and concepts and need to write in your notebook. Transparent, something you can see through. Like example, glass. So transparent glass is a property you can see through. Translucent, something you partially see through. So a paper cup you can say, or you take a butter paper, or you take a paper, you apply oil, that becomes translucent. You can partially see. Completely you cannot see. and it's not completely opaque also, where you cannot see completely. Partially you can see, so you can, a smoky glass also nowadays available, so you can see partially. Then opaque, uh, something you cannot see through. So like wood, if you take a wood ply and you try to see through, you won't be able to. So opaque. Conductor, it allows heat or electricity to pass through. So suppose you take an example of copper. So it will pass heat as well as electricity. That's why heat easily pass. Steel, iron, they all pass heat and electricity. All metals pass heat and electricity. So they are called as conductor because they pass both heat and electricity. They allow heat and electricity to pass through them. Then insulators, they will not allow. It does not allow heat or electricity to pass through. Like for example, see a piece of wood, it will act as an insulator. It will not allow heat or electricity to pass. Suppose you take an example of a rubber gloves. Rubber gloves will not pass heat and electricity. You leather, all those materials are insulators. They will not pass heat and electricity. So the concept should be clear, children. You have to make a note in your book. Classification of materials can be based on several properties. For you, we will discuss transparency, hardness, soluble, insoluble, float and sink. So in this session, we have seen list of the properties of the materials, and we have described them. We have tried to understand those properties. I hope you all have written in your book. In our next session, we will continue with the um, properties. Materials can be classified based on several properties. These properties we are going to see one by one: transparency, hardness, soluble, insoluble, float and sink. So we are going to see in the upcoming sessions, we are going to see these properties in detail, and we will see more and more examples for you to understand concepts clearly, children. Thank you, children. See you in the next session. Have a great day.